Yes, I am. Okay.
So you started?
Not yet. Now I'm starting.
Okay. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Babe, please be serious. It's a very
Hallelujah.
serious topic.
Okay, fine.
Hi guys, this is Yummy Mommy and welcome back to my channel. I'm joined today by my husband Zach. Say hi, babe.
Hi.
And today's video is about talking about the first year of marriage and lessons that we learned or things that happened that either we were not expecting or that that stood out for us from our first year of marriage. So we got married last year, March.
Yes.
So we've been married like a year, March 11th, 2017. So we've been married a year and 6 months. A year and a half. Yes. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Almost a year and 8 months.
Wow.
We have done so good. It's a long time, exactly. And so we've been married a year, but the first year...
Your parents will say that's a short time.
Exactly, obviously, because they've been married 30 years. But yeah, so we just wanted to just say some of the things that stood out for us in our first year of marriage, because I think it was worth noting. Right?
Yeah.
So I have 5 points. He has 5 points. So we'll go like one by one, and then we'll just like talk about the points that we come up with. Should I go first or you go first?
Ladies first.
Okay, ladies first. Okay.
Yes.
So, stop looking at my notes. Okay, you can't cheat because I guess it was a joint experience. But anyway, okay, fine. So my first point about something that in the first year of marriage that was like not like really a shock for me, but that was different for me, was that in the first year of marriage you wouldn't have sex every day.
You start with that.
Basically, because for us we didn't live together before we got married, or we did actually just for like a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Some
weeks actually.
Some weeks,
not
exactly.
Even months.
So because we had not lived together, for me it was like, okay, now like you are not living with him. And I don't want to see whether you are sexually active before or not, because my mom is watching this video. But given I was pregnant,
how did you end up?
It was that one time.
Pregnant?
It was only that one time,
Okay.
babe. Just say the truth. It was only one time.
It was only one time.
But anyway, so you think that like now because you're gonna be in the same bed, in the same house with the same person, like every single night, it's gonna happen. But it's not gonna happen. But also at the same time, you won't have sex every day. But I don't even think you want to have sex every day, right?
It's not even possible. Sometimes your energy levels can't
like you're
allow.
so tired from work, or you're so tired from
distracted.
Just your kids, as in so much is happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to just cuddle.
Sometimes your time is just divided between too many people.
Yeah, exactly.
The calls.
Okay, fine. That's my point. Yours?
My first point is I feel like the lessons we went through when we were doing premarital counseling make more sense when you're actually in marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So things to do with quality time, love language.
Yeah.
I think it's something I got to understand that first year, because I remember even before I bought you the watch.
Yes.
And we always talking about how your love language
is gifts.
Is gifts.
Don't say. I know you want to say materialism.
No. I said gifts.
Okay, yeah,
I was going to.
okay.
Why? It's my speech.
Okay,
babe.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Why are you infringing on my?
I'm sorry.
This is another evidence of why she's always bullying me in these videos.
I'm not. This time I'm trying my best to be good, babe.
Are you?
I'm being good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you stay in your corner.
Okay.
So premarital counseling only applies to you
now when you get
married. And I think it's worth doing a refresher.
It is, yeah. We did the Ndoa course because we are part of the Mavuno Church, so we did Ndoa. And yeah, there's so many things. Like for me, one of the things that right even till now I keep like playing back in my head is the whole thing of work on me, pray for him. Which
how
at
is that
time,
working out for you?
It's so hard. It's really hard. But like
easier
I remember
said than done.
Exactly. But I remember in class just always thinking, what does that even mean? But there are times when honestly you're so frustrated with your partner, like you're just like, as in, like, you don't even know what to do. Like short of just going to take them and just making them into the person that you want them to be, like you just have to just pray for them.
Yeah.
And you just have to work on yourself, because in any situation you realize it's always so easy to be like, he's the reason, he's the one who has done this, but then like sometimes you also have a part to play in like what has happened. Yeah,
that's true.
Okay. My next point is that in your first year of marriage you will consider divorce about 100 times. 100 times per month, that's what I mean. Not 100 times total.
she's toning it down. It's 100 times per second.
Per second, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. For me, by the way, I was just like, when you're getting married, you're on such a high, like you love this person so much, you can't even imagine reaching a point where like, I'm just like, me, Zach, I'm done, I can't even, but yeah.
There are also some things you see and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even see this before we got married. Why? Can I?
Like what?
Is it, yeah.
Like what?
Like what?
Don't tell me. I'll just catch a feeling. Don't tell me, please. Yes, but anyway.
So it's those times that you ask for grace. You just like, you know what? Yeah. I choose to remember the things I fell in love with before all the shenanigans.
Yeah.
And you just continue loving the person consistently and asking God to give you the
patience.
Yes.
Grace and patience and love.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Your second point.
Okay. This is something I've discovered about myself. And I know most people, probably even people I was with before we met, are going to concur with this, is that I tend to go into my own shell when I don't want to deal with things.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And I tend to just
single worst thing about him,
yes.
By the way. Yeah.
So what I realized in the first year of marriage is that I couldn't do that anymore. As in that I needed to be more upfront and communicative, because my actions of being absent or making her upset, and it would blow everything out of proportion. I mean, there are actions I've seen her
so
do
worse.
because of that I wouldn't even say them on camera.
It's because guys, you know me, I'm an calm down. It's not, you're saying it as if it's so bad. But I think what you're trying to say is that for me,
you're saying something.
Anyway, guys, I'm an over communicator. So for me, communication is like, it's like the most important thing for me in the relationship. So I always feel like even
and
when
I'm on the other side,
he's on the other side. Him, when now he's upset, he's just like, let me just take time. Me, I'm like, time for what? We need to talk about this now. We need to have that conversation right this very minute. Like, there's not, I want time for myself. Time for yourself when? If you had time for yourself those 33 years before we got married, now it's time for Joanne. Now it's time for the marriage.
Well, my learning point there is that I have learned to strike a balance. So when I need time for myself, I just tell her, by the way, babe, we can't talk about this.
And you're still working on that.
And I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
I've not perfected it, but nowadays I say, right?
And I always tell him, like, for me, it's like, it's not that you can't take time for yourself. It's like, just tell me so that I'm not just left wondering, like, okay, what's happening? You know, like, even if it's just a text to say, babe, I'm upset about something. I want us to take some, like, few hours to just think about things and let's talk tomorrow morning or something like that. So at least I can know, but not just disappear and just like, I'm even feeling
it's an easier thing to do. I think, and probably you should do a poll for the men and find out how many other men do that.
Yeah, probably
because I think there are so many men who do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an easier way out.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to talk about everything?
Me, I want to talk about everything. Okay, my third point is that in your first year of marriage, you will learn more about yourself than you have ever learned in your whole entire life. There's nothing which brings out the true you than being married. Let me just tell you.
True.
Like, before you get married, especially if you're not living together, it's easy to just be like that nice person who, like, every time we meet, I'm always that person. But like now when you're living with someone, you're raising kids with someone, like literally this person is like in your life every single day. You can only pretend for so long. And because I was pregnant, I think even I couldn't even pretend for that long. Like at some point now it's just like, this is the true me, and you can't pretend anymore. And you will, you will go through some times that you even... Actually, it makes you do a lot of self-reflection. There are times that I've said things or done things to Zach, or like even in the marriage that I've even thought, Joanne, what's wrong with you? Are you possessed? What's wrong with you? You're mad. There's something wrong with you. And it actually makes you confront things about yourself that you've never ever had to confront before because it was only you who knew them. But now that it's like you're with someone else, it's like, it's a thing.
I think that goes both ways. There are things I've done, not said, done, because I'm very keen with my
You're
words.
not really
I'm not a words person. For her, it's words and actions.
Yes, I know.
For me, it's just actions, but the actions as well. I'd say I've done that have made or have brought out a different side of me that I didn't know I had. and it's not the positive kind of thing. I don't know why it feels like marriage always brings out the worst in
The
people.
worst.
You know,
it's like kind of like, I think we haven't been married long enough to see now the positive side.
yeah,
Because I think like God,
like it's
at the
like, this is
beginning
the foundation of
Yeah.
stripping you bare
of all the bad things,
of all the bad things
which have to just come out.
Yeah.
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 Manze, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you think of like times when you just, as in, by then even later on, you just sit and you think like, Johan, like even you start wondering if all the things you think you know about yourself are like true, are
yeah.
like real, you know.
You even start questioning who are you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me it even feels worse because of the fact that I'm always on social media and stuff, and people always messaging me telling me you're so awesome, you're so amazing, you're so nice. But then later on I think about things that I've talked about this guy or like I've done it, and then I'm just like, seriously, I even feel like a fraud. Like, do they even know?
Yeah.
Do they even know what
Yeah.
I've been doing? But yeah, that's my point.
That's a
Yours?
good point.
Okay.
That's a good point. Routine. So sometimes even when the bad things are coming out for us, it's easier to get into a routine of, babe, like for example in the morning I've left the house and I'm telling her, okay, I've gotten to the office, okay, this is what I'm having for breakfast.
Because I always ask him what he's having for breakfast.
This is a meeting I'm having.
Yeah.
And talk about meetings and things that are unrelated to something that had probably happened between the two of you, or the two of us, and has pissed us off, but we are not ready to confront it.
Yeah.
So we hide behind the routine. I found that to be very, very, very present, or it's something that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And what that happens is that fight might end up just dissipating like that without us dealing with it. Then it comes up in the next later on in a big blue blown fight, and you realize it's because you got into a routine
you didn't talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm wary about routines, and when I feel okay, this is still work in progress. When I feel that there's something that is not going according to how, as in that is not going well, I tend to, like, I'll say or I'll hint. Sometimes,
babe?
yes.
Babe.
I'll hint.
Like what? Like how? I don't think so.
Like yesterday.
Okay, what did you say yesterday?
Yesterday when we were talking
Okay,
about,
but yesterday you knew I was upset. You could already see, even there were tears in my eyes. I mean,
yeah.
So
but that's the hinting.
Yeah. I was hinting or you were hinting?
No, I was hinting because.
But I appreciated you saying, like, yeah, and you said, are we okay?
Yeah.
Are you fine? So that was very unlike you, and it was actually very nice. So I guess you're getting somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, because usually you'll say that, but like after many days when the thing has become even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see how much better
changing.
it was that, yeah, exactly. I really appreciated that, babe.
But anyway, the key to note is that sometimes routine can mask issues.
But also I feel like it's dual-sided. I feel like to some extent, yes, you shouldn't just fall back to your routine of like, okay, pretending that things are okay. But also to some extent, I feel like your partner still needs to know that you love them despite being in a fight. You know, like for me, if we have a fight and okay, maybe we've not talked about it, but like when we're going to bed, you still say, good night, babe, I love you. It still makes me feel like, okay, it's not like things are perfect, but like I know you still love me and we are going to work it out kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like dual-sided, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you still are
still
connected.
Need to show, yeah, exactly. Okay. Hiya. My fourth point. In the first year of marriage, I realized that big things will become very small and insignificant, and small things can become very, very big. An example, before we got married, my husband is very close to his mom, and they would have phone calls, like really long phone calls, like every evening. And that's not really the problem. The problem is not them having phone calls, because everyone can talk to their mom. Even me, I talk to my mom in the evenings often, but they would always be in Kikuyu. And for some reason, I just used to find it so annoying. I just used to be like, as in, honestly, the fact you're the only, like, I'm even starting to feel upset because I'm remembering how I used to feel about it. But I used to be like, why can't you talk to her any other time when I'm not there, or like when you're not in the house?
FOMO.
I always, yes, exactly. So I used to
FOMO.
feel FOMO, like, because sometimes he would even like look at me and smile as they're having the conversation. Then I'm like,
but it's because we are saying good things about you.
I don't know because I don't talk the language, babe. babe, so
you don't have to speak the language. You just have to trust the person
now this is my
speaking
point.
the language.
Okay, I do.
And love them. Okay,
okay, babe. Yes. But so my point is that used to be a really big deal for me. Like I used to get so mad about it. These days, by the way, it happens. First of all, I've noticed you reduce the amount of times you speak to her when you're in the house. Like I feel like many times you speak to her when you're in the car or like on the way home. Probably it's not conscious. Oh, sorry, yeah. Okay, before when you were in the car, you had the car, yes. Yeah. But so now, right now, to me, it's not even a big deal. And before we got married, like when I would go visit him and he's on the phone with his mom talking Kikuyu, I would get so mad. But like now, it's just like whatever. But now, small things piss me off so much. Some of them I can't even talk about here because me, I don't want to Aibisha, my husband. But like, it's very annoying to me, babe, how you put dirty clothes on top of the dirty basket instead of inside the dirty basket. I don't understand why you do that. I don't get it.
I don't do that.
Even today I put your shirt. I put it.
Which shirt?
Are you serious, babe?
Yeah.
You always throw your dirty clothes on top. I'm the one who always has to put it inside the dirty basket. You see, you don't even know your annoying habit.
No, but it's your say against mine, so
I'm telling you guys the truth. Another thing he does is that he squeezes toothpaste from the middle of the toothpaste, which is annoying. Okay, sometimes it's near the bottom, but it's not at the bottom. But there's always like toothpaste at the top, toothpaste at the bottom. And I know what you're going to say, babe.
What am I going to say? What am I going to say? What am I going to say?
That why does it bother me? Because I don't brush my teeth as often as you brush the teeth. Anyway, so my point was that very big things which you think are really, really big at the point you're getting married, they stop being big things. The small things are the ones which will annoy you the most about your partner. Trust me.
Like flushing the toilet.
He has a problem because he doesn't feel like I flush the toilet often enough.
She doesn't.
My theory, me, I feel like I don't like to waste water every time I go and pee. I feel like we should save it for like when someone does a poop so that you can flush them all together. For him, it's like flush all the time. Me, I'm like, we're wasting water. No, no, we're wasting water. And even here where we live, it's not like water is in like huge supply.
But have we ever gone several days without water?
Because no. I've not flushed all the time. That's
why.
God, no. So for him, it's like a problem. For me, I'm just like, and then another thing, it's like me, I pee a lot. For example, let me tell you, I know because the morning one is the one which upsets you the most. I pee a lot at night. So if I've peed at night, I'm not going to flush the toilet and risk waking up the kids.
But you can close the door. No, you can close the door.
Babe, it makes sense.
And you can close the...
It'll be so much noise, so tiring. Babe, no. Okay, on to your point.
Unacceptable.
It's for me, it's fine and it saves water. And we're trying to save water.
Okay. I will say that is still a point we are working on because flushing is not negotiable. It's a hygiene issue, babe. Hygiene.
I don't know.
Yes. Anyway,
I think you already said this point, kinda.
Why are you looking at my notes?
You already. Okay, sorry. Sorry. He was trying to say like how when you have a big fight and then you don't resolve it, because I know you, babe, and I love you. It's because he was trying to say when you have a big fight and you don't understand and you don't resolve that fight.
Yes.
And you don't talk about it, but it's still an issue for the two of you, but it's like because you guys don't want to deal with it at that time, you don't really resolve it. But then later on, small things keep upsetting you about the other person. Like he does something so tiny, which is not even a big deal, and I get so mad. Or like I do something really small and you get so mad and you're wondering, why am I even upset? But it's actually because you didn't resolve that initial fight, that big fight that actually is the reason why you're upset, right?
Yeah, and it was in line with that whole routine thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Hiding behind routine. Guys, don't do it. Anyone who's considering marriage, don't do it.
Just when you have an issue, just talk about it at that point, because you think that you can like sweep it under the rug and then not talk about it and it'll just be okay, but it won't be okay. Later on, even if it's 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you still will have to talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
You can say your last point.
Okay, so this is like I should have started with this one. It sounds more epic and
you need to end on a high note.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like it has a lot more weight. I think understanding who I am is a good thing for you to help me get there, and it's vice versa. So I know social media for you is a good or a big thing.
I understand what you're explaining,
but it's more,
but I don't understand how it's like. It's not really a thing of what you will not sacrifice or what you will not compromise on.
So it's more love?
It's more, because I feel like for me, when you're getting into marriage, if you're actually going to marry this person, there's no hard limit on anything, absolutely anything. I think it's like, as in a hard limit of saying, me, I must have 3 children, and if you were not going to have 3 children, I'm not marrying you, kind of thing. I feel like it can be a hard limit, but I think the point you're trying to make is that you need to know your partner.
Yeah.
You need to know your partner. Like me now being able to say social media is a big deal for me. So if you one day came and told me, babe, I don't want you posting anymore ever on Instagram. I mean, for me it would be like, but you knew this about me. Like, it's important to me, that kind of thing.
Yeah. How do you put it in one sentence?
Just know who you're getting married to, and be willing to support them as who they are. I think, I don't even...
No, it's more about understanding what their vision is for life.
Yeah. But that's very long term. What about short term things?
But vision is made up of small milestones that get you there.
Wow, that's so wise. Don't even add anything else. Wow. That's so smart. Wow.
So understanding the vision...
Yeah.
Is the key point, and then
but you see, also it has to be a vision. It also has to be a
there.
vision that we build together, because you see, for example, by the time I met you, you were 33. So obviously there are things which you've grown, you've become your own person. There are things which you already have plans for and stuff. But like now, as we get married, I'm also a person who has lived 25 years, and who now I also have my own plans. So we will still need to sit and like see how they adjust
and
exactly.
Then mingle, as in what you call interconnect.
Interconnect. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We started off somewhere else, but we've arrived at the point.
Okay. So understanding your partner's
exactly.
vision.
Have those conversations before you get married. Not you get married, then is when you discover, kumbe, this guy has always wanted to live in Honduras, and now he's telling us we're moving to Honduras.
Exactly.
What?
Like, she understood that I was planning to get a bike.
Exactly. Like you've always said you wanted to get a bike. So it was not like
she was against it initially, but you understood.
At least I knew.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the end of your point. Okay, my last point is that the first year of marriage ends, which sounds like, but what I mean is that the challenges that you face in the first year of marriage, and there's a point at which in that first year, we would have a fight, and like that fight just feels like it's the worst ever, and there's no way we can ever resolve it. Like, it's just going to be like you're in such a bad place that you can't even imagine being in a better place.
Yeah.
But it ends, it gets better. Like with every fight or with every challenge that you guys overcome, you feel stronger, and like things just get better. The first year, I feel like, was, for me personally, I found it very tough, both adjusting to being married and also because I was pregnant when we got married. So like 7 months, March, April, May, June, July, 5 months into our marriage is when I gave birth, and I feel like I had just so many struggles to do with like raising a little baby and like body issues and stuff like that. And there were just times when I would just feel like, what did I do? What is happening? But it does get better, and I think we can say that in our second year things have been better, right? I mean, there've
been some
challenges, but I feel like even when we have a fight, I feel like we're getting better at being able to resolve them, and not just thinking like, okay, this is it, this is the end. Like now it's like, okay, we are still learning each other and we are still like building our marriage and stuff, but like I would say that it's getting easier, right?
Yeah, that's true. And even with every fight, we learn how to be more vulnerable with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we trust each other with the deepest, darkest secrets.
Like,
of our being
everything.
And existence.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing that you experience in the first year. You tend to continue being superficial, like you're dating.
Yeah, exactly. Still trying to put your best foot forward.
Exactly, until you're put in a point, as in a position where you're unraveled completely and you're totally
and
vulnerable to the other person.
Yeah.
And it's at that point you start building a marriage.
Yeah. It's been a journey, right?
Yeah.
People who always see us on our Instagram are always asking, like, do you guys ever fight even? You always look so happy.
Hey! It's for throwing clothes. It's for banging doors.
Packing for each other's suitcases. Don't even...
Not pointing fingers.
Hey, men, as in, yeah, it's a journey. But honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Me too.
It just makes life so fun. It's really nice having somebody like.
The fights are not fun.
Yeah, the fights are not fun.
No.
But like having someone here to like at the end of the day be like, hey babe, this person at work, gee, what, or like just be able to talk to be able to raise kids with. It's dope, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And throw those tasks that you don't like
exactly
doing. Like, I don't know, feeding the baby.
Feeding the baby, bathing the baby.
Bathing the baby.
It takes so much time.
Changing diapers. Articulating feelings for men, by the way, is a difficult thing.
I know.
I'm sure most men will agree with me.
I thank you, and thank you so much for like agreeing. You see, this is part of
it was
like,
a balance between
yeah.
what I put out there and Anikaing you. So
exactly.
Yeah. It was quite a task.
It was, right? Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you learned something, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.